be here today.
I'm Della Pattison, and I have a cold. I don't have COVID. So pardon my coughs. But I've lived in Cherry Hills Village with my family for 7 years. We have 2 daughters, both.
Oh, I'm sorry, we can't hear you. Can you
Sorry.
speak more to the microphone, please?
Thanks. We have 2 daughters, and one just graduated from Kent. The other's a 10th grader in Kent. I worked for 14 years in Atlanta before moving here at the Coca-Cola Company, managing their art collection, and now I'm a art consultant, mainly working for the artist Duke Beardsley here in Cherry Hills Village as well. So, and I'm thrilled to be here. So, thank you.
Thank you, guys. So we're thrilled to have your expertise on the commission. So wonderful. Okay, the next item is audience participation. So do I introduce? Go on. Can you introduce her?
Kathy Fessler.
Kathy Fessler. Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Kathy Fessler, and I'm the Executive Director of the Cherry Hills Land Preserve. And I wanted to come here today to invite you to an event that we're having on June 13th out at Quincy Farm. We're really excited to partner with an award-winning choreographer who's worked on Broadway and DCPA all over Denver. And she's coming to Quincy Farm to do a class for our patrons that will connect them with nature through movement. And actually, I'm not supposed to use the word dance because I guess that's intimidating. It's just connecting with through movement and all the different elements, water, air, and earth. And we're really excited about it. And we are hoping to make it a regular feature in our programming. We're expanding our programming this year. And we're also doing it on our second Sunday, which we're hoping to do second Sundays at Quincy Farm, open it up to our community where they know that every second Sunday something is happening, and we'll either have a speaker or we'll have like the raptors there. We always have bee tours because we've now put bees over on the other side, and that has been a huge hit. So I'm also wondering if we could collaborate on an idea to do something that you would want to be doing for the community, and we could do it on that second Sunday. So I just wanted to open it up and to let you know that I'm open to ideas, and I would love to hear from you if that's something that interests you.
Thank you so much, Kathy. That sounds so exciting and very interesting.
Yeah, do you have any other questions for me?
Anybody?
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next order of business is the consent agenda, or do we approve the minutes first?
It's approving the consent agenda if the minutes are approved.
Okay, perfect. Does anyone wish to remove anything from the consent agenda? Hearing none, may I have a motion to approve? Approve the minutes, right? Approve the minutes from the meeting of April 26th, 2021. Can I have a second?
I'll motion.
Second.
Okay, we just need to do a voice vote. So we'll start with Della Pattison,
Yes, I approve.
Kristen Moore,
Approved.
Pamela Hall,
Approved.
Dave Schmidt,
Approved.
Sarah Anderson.
Approved.
So the motion is passed. On to unfinished business. The first item is the 2021 sculpture on loan. Sorry, guys, the first time I've done this in person.
It's
so
okay. Laura and I are going back and forth, too.
Here we go. Is Kendall joining us?
I'm here. I can't hear very much of what you guys are saying.
I'm sorry, the audio goes in and out over Zoom, so it's going to be a little tough.
Okay, well, for the new members, Kendall is our arts consultant, participating by Zoom, so we've been working with her for several years now, so she has a lot of good institutional knowledge and, of course, assists us greatly in our search for our unloaned pieces and permanent pieces. So hopefully you'll get to meet her in person also. So should we ask Kendall for an update?
Or I can do background as well on the sculpture on loan piece. At the January, February, and March meetings, the commission discussed the new sculpture on loan, which would replace Really, which is the sculpture that faces the Cherry Hills Elementary School. At the last meeting, the Art Commission agreed on Wind Song 3, which is a sculpture by Robert Mangold to be installed in that location, and to approve the expenditure of up to $11,380 from the Art Commission budget, which would include delivery, installation, the 2-year agreement for Wind Song, and removal of Really. So the next step is we're seeking direction on a reception. Usually, a reception goes along with a new sculpture on loan, and there's some flexibility with the reception date. Staff would suggest possibly combining it with the annual meeting. There are a few summer events that are being scheduled and planned around right now, but it's more just to get direction from the commission on a reception date, time, combining it with the annual event, that type of thing.
Yeah, so for the new members too, I'd like to mention that we didn't have our annual event last year because of COVID, no surprise, right? So we ended up doing just some fundraising in place of the annual event. We sent out fundraising letters. But the year before, we had a beautiful event at the Abramson's house down the road, and we did combine the reception for the new Art on Loan piece, Really. So the artist Wayne Salge was at the event. He spoke for a few minutes, and then we proceeded over to the Abramsons for a lovely reception. So I think that it would be lovely to do something similar this year. So you guys can give me your input on that. But I know Mr. Mangold is very elderly, right? So he would be unlikely to want to speak, but maybe either his representative or one of us could just prepare some remarks about the new piece that's getting installed, and we could do a similar situation where we meet out front at the annual event, hear some words about the new piece, and then we can proceed. We're planning to have the annual event here, out on the patio and outside. And the current date that we're proposed is August 26th. Is that right?
I think it's the 21st.
21st? It's
the.
I thought it was after the 24th. I thought it was the 26th. It's in here
Thursday,
somewhere.
August 26th.
Oh,
Yes.
24th, yeah.
26th.
26th.
Yes. Because
sorry.
at the last
Yeah,
meeting,
sorry.
at the last meeting, we were discussing what time during the summer it might be good to have the annual event, and it was generally agreed that we should wait until maybe school starts up so that everyone's back in town, but also to avoid their Labor Day weekend. So we picked that end of August date, and so maybe the next step is to see if one of Mr. Mangold or his representatives are available for that date. And also, are we in agreement that it might be nice to just combine the reception for the new piece with the annual event? It's something to do, like we do need something to do at the annual event, so it gives it some
agree.
structure.
I agree. I think that's a great idea.
Dave, is that what you were thinking as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. And I think they said, I know Robert Mangold, I think Kendall said that he'll be in attendance and possibly speak.
And if you guys could all just try to speak directly into your microphones as much as possible, as I'm just having a little trouble hearing. Thank you.
I think, didn't we talk about, I think Kendall said that Robert Mangold would possibly, or well, would attend the event and possibly speak, even though he is very elderly.
Yeah, this is Kendall. I can find out, I just need to find out, is that date final, Thursday, August 26th?
Yes, I think
it-
we'd like to try for that date, yes.
Okay, I can talk to Revan, and it's possible that he may not want to speak and Revan will speak on his behalf. I don't know. And I understand that Peggy, his wife, is likely not to attend. She has Lou Gehrig's disease, so she doesn't get around very easily. So I just need to find out if that date is possible and see what's feasible for you all.
Great, because I think it's fine if he's in attendance and Nevin speaks on his behalf. I mean, that would be great.
Sure,
Okay.
that'd be great, yeah.
So just to clarify, because Laura sent me an email that we had discussed at the last meeting, that we would try to combine the show, the watercolor show reception with the annual event. Was that something? It wasn't clear, so, but we,
I think that was my misunderstanding from the last meeting.
okay.
But that certainly, we would like to clarify that we don't think we'll have enough time between the submittal date for the
Right.
art exhibit and August 26th
Yeah.
to get everything selected and hung and everything. So
Yeah.
just to clarify that, since I wasn't clear from the last meeting on that.
Okay, so
Okay,
that's
so
a no,
thank you,
right?
Sarah.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, yes, so thank you for clarifying that.
Thanks, Laura.
We definitely need more time for the art show, and then I think that can be a fun event that can stand on its own anyway,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, okay.
Wonderful. Okay, so do we need to vote on the budget for the cost of the art and loan, or are we?
We're good on that item.
That, or no?
We voted on it at the
time.
last meeting, so.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Does it still need to go through council?
It does, yes. Next step would be council on June 15th. We have it on that draft agenda. Anne Marie, Commissioner Morrow, agreed to attend that meeting to answer any council questions.
Should I wait to ask Bob Mangold his availability until we know for sure that it's been voted in?
I guess that, do you think their social calendar will fill up more quickly between now and then? And
I doubt it, but I can just give them an update and just see what they're doing. Then, who knows? Who knows? I can just inform them that this is a possibility. I just I don't want to. I don't want to let them down if it's going to be
Sure.
voted out. So, I mean, we have a pretty good track record, but
Right, I can't imagine that they would, but
Yeah.
hopefully not.
Yeah, I would, yeah. I think it'd be great to just get in contact with them sooner than later, just because of summer activities. But
Sure.
yeah, but note that there is the formality of having the city council vote
Okay.
on it, so. Yeah, that we anticipate it's a formality.
Right.
that's fine. I'll take care of that.
Okay. Should we move on to the next item, the relocation of the crew series?
Sure.
Kendall sent around photos in this past packet. Dave and I were discussing it earlier. It is a little hard because some of them are in the snow, but we thought we could discuss some of the possible places.
So if I can just update you, I had a conversation with Emmett, and what I suggest we do is that we talk with Parks and Public Works first to find out entry and exit into the park. I want to make sure that we can, drive a truck, a flatbed truck, holding the sculptures and all that kind of stuff. I just need to figure out what the easiest locations are going to be for relocating it. I don't want to propose a location and then have us go backwards because it's not rated to have a truck drive on it. So what I'd like to do is involve Emmett in that discussion. I don't know the weights of the trucks that they're going to be using, and apparently there's a trick to installing these. Like, he needs to sort of dig out a little shallow divot for them, and they have some sort of stabilization thing that at the bottom of the sculpture so that they don't roll. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to involve Emmett in the discussion of where they're going to go and how they'll be installed, and then basically just use your public works or parks people to actually do the install, and he'll just be monitoring it. Does that make sense?
We had a question about that, though. If he needs to monitor it in person, or if he can just give input.
I think he would like to be there in person. As you can see, that I asked him to give us a fee for just his time to come down and consult on it. I don't like artists having to do things for free, and this is the second time we've moved this. So, but if you guys want to just do it yourselves, that's fine. I don't know that, maybe he can just give those guys discussion points, just discuss it with them in a meeting. But I think he wanted to come down and kind of figure out the final resting place if possible.
Do we know what his fee is going to be?
It's $500.
Oh, 500, ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
500.
So the total cost to relocate the pieces, we're estimating it could be up to $500 for staff to move the pieces, and then $500 for Mr. Culligan to supervise, so a total of $1,000.
Yeah, the question, last time we moved them, did he supervise it in person?
I have no idea. That was
Do we
before
know?
I was here.
Yeah, no, I don't, I remember that, but I don't remember.
I would have to
I
go
don't
back and
remember him
look, but
being
I
there.
don't remember him being, not that we should trust my memory, but I don't remember him being involved.
Yeah, I
as
don't
much.
remember him being there, but, no, I know, because
And we could do his fee through I can pay him, and then I get reimbursed if that's something that if it's a approval of that.
It seems like
I
it would
just
be-
like to involve the artist anytime I'm moving anything, but it's up to you guys to decide that.
it seems to me like it would be important to know his idea of the orientation of the sculpture and where it
Yeah,
was placed.
they're found objects. I think that it's not altogether clear exactly where, how they should be gathered. There's 3 items. Do they face a certain way? Do they?
Right.
It's not completely clear to me how, and he could describe it, but
right.
still, I think he should be involved to kind of give it its final, stamp of approval, if possible. Again, it's up to you guys. Do you guys own them?
Pricey.
Yeah, exactly. I have a sense of whether or not his fee is a little high to do that, and how long it will take. Do you know where he's traveling from, Kendall?
He comes from, I think he's in Netherlands.
Yeah. So he's out of town.
Oh, that's,
Yeah.
He's not in Denver anymore. He used to be. He's up north. But, that covers him traveling to the site on the day of, and it covers him being involved in meetings with parks and public works to figure out, entry and exit and what equipment, just kind of coordinate it.
Yeah, I think they need to be moved, and we can certainly use them here at the park, and, I guess 500 is,
yeah.
we've
Considering it's
got,
coming
we've
from
got
the
it in
town.
the budget, right, Jessica, so, Yeah, I think
We had the $500 for staff. We didn't have the $500 for Mr. Culligan, just depending on what happened today, but I can definitely include it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can make a motion to include it
Yeah,
today.
I think we should.
His additional fee.
Yeah.
Is there any way he could speak or, I mean, not make an event of it, but I don't know. Like,
I can't hear you guys' audio again.
They weren't able to hear what you said, if you can repeat
Is
it.
there, I wonder if there's any way, this is Della, by the way, any way, he could speak or make a little, mini event of it? I don't know. I mean, it's nice to have the artist here.
I think that's good.
That's
He's going to be
up to
there.
you guys.
Yeah, or maybe, I don't know, do we have I guess we know that they're found objects, and do we have like a little blurb on the piece of artwork? Because if we don't, maybe we can just have that for our,
Laura, do you know if we have anything?
I'm sure we have something from when we originally got them, and we'd have to look back and find that.
We can look and see what we have on file and then report back at the next meeting.
yeah, we can always ask him to review if there's any information he wants to add to that, and then when we, if we decide to do something where we go over our whole collection, we'll have information on it, but, yeah, okay. All right, so I think that's it. Should I make the motion? I move to approve the expenditure not to exceed $1,000 for the relocation of the Cruise Series pieces, including $500 to artist Emmett Culligan to supervise the relocation. May I have a second?
I second it.
I'm sorry, who seconded?
I second it.
Chair Schmidt.
Thank you.
So we'll do another voice vote. Della Pattison. Am I saying your last name right? I'm sorry.
That's exactly right.
Okay,
yeah.
Pattison? Okay.
Yes, thank you. Approved.
Kristen Moore.
Approved.
Pamela Hall.
Approved.
Dave Schmidt.
Approved.
Sarah Anderson.
Approved.
Okay, so Kendall, you'll be working with Mr. Culligan to look at locations, and then we'll discuss that at the next meeting, right?
Yeah, and I understand it, the final location has to be approved by Parks and Trails.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we go to Parks and Trails first and then council finally, so it's a longer process.
Okay.
Okay, next item is the next art show. Yeah, Sarah, you want to jump in?
Okay, yeah. So I guess you probably all saw the
Yeah.
call for entries, which looks so.
Sorry, Sarah, we lost you.
Oh, sorry. I just said, I guess everyone has seen the call for entries in the crier, which looks so nice. Thank
did
you.
look
I think, have we gotten any besides the one email?
Just the one email so far.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to ask the president of the CWS if she will possibly put that on their website or somehow get the word out to the Colorado Watercolor Society. And then I wanted to ask if this call for entries is going to be in the crier every month until August, or is it?
I can. It's in the June issue. If you'd like me to put it in July, we can do it in July as well.
Maybe we should. And then I just had a couple things to get your thoughts. Maybe that we should add some of these modifications since we had that one. So one of the emails, someone had a question if artists outside of Colorado could also enter. And so we said yes. And then the other was the watercolor medium. Could there be additional mediums? And Boris had said yes to ink and graphite, but no acrylic. So maybe we should add those modifications. And also, might be some incentive if we put in the awards for the show for first place, second place, and that I was going to donate.
Okay.
So maybe.
Do you want to
that-
put specific amounts in there? We have monetary, I believe, in there now. Do you want
Oh,
specific
did we
amounts?
put monetary in there?
I
didn't see-
thought we had it in there.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
Okay.
Yes, it says monetary prizes will also be given for award-winning selections.
Yeah, okay. I think that's fine then. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, that's it, if anybody has any other.
No, I think that's it, right? All right,
It
thank
was
you.
more just to update the commission on where we were right now.
Yes, yes, and I think it's an excellent idea to run it again, because they have until a date in August to submit, right?
August
So we just keep
16th.
bringing it.
Yeah,
you know,
I think so.
Yeah, and obviously, if anyone knows anyone
Yeah.
who
And spread the
might
word.
enjoy that, exactly, please spread the word.
Well, before we move on, the only other thing we wanted to advise the commission on is right now we're working under public health restrictions that were published in April. That's all that's updated right now. So hopefully by the time we get to this event later in the year, those might be lifted. But on the off chance that they're still in place, we'll just have to work with whatever the current restrictions are.
Okay, yep.
Does the commission have any role in I know there's a judge, but do we have any role in selection or?
We were going to choose the what was the Cherry Hills Village Award. So the commission will choose that, and then we have the People's Choice Award, and Best of Show will be Boris.
Okay.
First, second, third, yeah.
Good
And of
question.
course, your input is welcome. Okay.
Okay.
We lost you guys again. Was somebody talking there?
Nope, I think we can move on from the other show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just had that last question. Okay, so the next item is the annual event comes up later, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So the next item then is utility boxes, family sponsorship. I know that Shenley's been doing some work on this, right? And unfortunately, she can't make it today. I guess just to fill in the new members, and anybody correct me if I have this wrong, because I missed a meeting myself, but there are these, utility boxes all over town. I noticed at least on the Denver side, they often are decorated. Sarah, do you have,
Yeah.
maybe you can fill us in on this one if
Oh.
you know a little bit more, but yeah, we're talking about
Yeah.
beautifying some of these.
Yeah, and I don't know that much. I just was kind of researching, and I saw this one beaver on University, and I think it's Dartmouth on the corner, and I thought it was so cute. So I started doing a little research, and there are companies that create these
Wraps, kind of,
wraps,
right?
Yeah. So, I don't know, we're interested in doing something like that, but it was just an idea, and I thought it looked attractive.
Yes, my understanding is that like it says here, cities, we don't have the resources. We don't have the resources to do this ourselves, right? So is that why we were thinking of a family sponsorship?
Correct.
So,
Yeah, I think that's,
let's see what it says here. Yes, and as you said, Sarah, you included these photos so we can envision what it looks like. The animals and of course the wildflowers looks great as well. So should we just move this to the next meeting or, oh, sorry, Dave.
I don't know. Is everybody really offended by them? I mean, I cycle the village
Dave, I'm sorry, we're having trouble hearing you.
3-4 times a week, and I don't know, I see beyond them. I don't even see them. I remember Commissioner Morrow saying about the intersection on University and Quincy, and how it's, kind of doesn't appear all that great. And I think, where else in this metropolitan area can you sit at a stop sign, look at cattails and see red-winged blackbirds? I think it's awesome. I think that's part of Greenwood Gulch there, and I don't know. To me, when you see these, yeah, you do see them, and Denver does a lot of them, but to me, they stand out even more. So I don't know about this whole thing, to be honest. That's just my opinion.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I prefer the ones the wildflower idea. You know, I think the beaver and that, it's fun. It's Denver, you know, centric. Here, I feel like it needs to blend if you're going to do anything.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
grassy or
Yeah.
woodsy.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
and maybe just leaving them, is that the most blended if you don't really see them?
Right.
It
Yeah.
might just be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in certain areas, you don't really see them, but then there are some areas where you do. I mean, there's just a lot in one spot and or
Yeah.
a corner or something. So I think some aren't as attractive or, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I think, which commissioner had brought
I
this up?
think Anne Marie has strong views on this item
Yeah.
as well. Maybe we push it,
Yeah.
continue our discussions. I mean, because the other, if a family sponsors one, then it's also, how long do they hold up? Are they start to get peely? Who's going to be responsible for
I read this about, I
maintaining them?
actually read, I did a little
Thank you,
homework.
Kristen.
I read about this, and it seems pretty low maintenance and graffiti proof. So I haven't worked with that, but it sounded kind of interesting. Like it's a protective
Like
cover.
it's a durable thing.
Yeah, that maybe takes no maintenance. So, but I didn't really get into the cost of it or anything.
Yeah.
We can move it to the
Yeah,
next agenda.
Because I think it'd be nice to have Anne Marie and Shenley's input on it as well, and then we can see how to move forward.
Okay.
Okay, the next item is the updated art appraisal. Jessica, you want to just fill us in?
And this is more, again, informational for the commission. At the last meeting, some of the appraisal amounts that came in were lower than the actual cost of what the commission spent. So Clerk Gillespie went back to the appraiser, and we sent her the invoices of what we actually paid, and she's amended those appraisal amounts. So the updated appraisal was included in the packet.
Right, and just for the new members, for insurance purposes, right? That's
Correct.
what started this. We decided that we needed an updated appraisal of all the art that the town owns, and I'm sure you were pretty amazed at what, pretty remarkable collection for a small, for a small town, and it's a real, you know, a real tribute to the activities of the Arts Commission. It's been around now, what, about 10 years? And so, yeah, when we reviewed the appraisal report, there were just questions about a couple of pieces and make sure we got that right. So thank you for getting back to the art appraiser and getting that more accurate. Okay. Okay. All right, so the next item is our annual event. And especially since we weren't able to have one last year, and, you know, hopefully things keep, you know, opening up, I think that hopefully that we can really drum up a good appetite to have a nice outdoor event for the Arts Commission. For those who weren't around at the last one, I've described it a little bit earlier, but Dave designed the most beautiful invitations, and they went out specifically in the mail to a list of addresses we had, and then I believe there was also an electronic version, and to the extent that, you know, we had realized that there was a new neighbor or something else, we were also able to send it out electronically. So if we have those two options this time, I think we can get it out to the most people possible. And I wanted to actually ask about that list, Jessica, because I feel like we have so many new neighbors, so many people have been moving into town, and I know that the list went through a fair amount of updating 2 years ago, but I'm sure that it needs to be updated again. So I was wondering if you could maybe circulate that to the commissioners.
Of course.
And maybe everybody can have a look at it, and to the extent that they know they have new neighbors, or that we would work with you, Jessica, or Laura.
Either one. We'll send it out before the next meeting, so there's some time in case the commission wants to discuss it at the next meeting, or if, once you get it, if there are some people that you'd like us to update, then you can send it directly to either Laura or myself. We're usually both on the email, so either one of us will get it.
Right. So, but the invitations, can you remind me when those invitations need to go out for the August event? Well, when will we have it in the crier, first of all?
So if we have it in the, if the event is in August, we can put it in the July crier and then also the August crier. Maybe a coming soon or all of the information in July. We need that information by June 15th, if that's something that you'll be doing in the July issue. And then August can be the more formal one, but it's cutting it close because the crier is usually received no later than the second week. So that would be just before the event.
Right, so I think that would be better to have that as a reminder and the full description of the event in July. Okay, so.
How many people attend this event?
Laura, do you remember how many people attended 2 years ago? I want to say,
100 maybe? 70?
I would say less than that. I was thinking more between 50 and.
Oh, 50 and, okay.
Around then. We have an actual count, so we can pull that up and look.
And the invite
Yeah, I'm
to
sorry, I'd
just
have
Cherry
to
Hills
go back and
Village?
look.
I'm sorry, Laura, what was that?
I'd have to go back and look.
Oh, okay, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we had sent the invites just to Cherry Hills Village residents. The event, it's described in here a little bit as well. The cost per person is $125. It's really our only fundraising event of the year. And so in the past, we've done very well with it. And then there are host committee tickets, 300 per person, or does that say 500? 500 per couple. And the way we did it last time, each commission member would be responsible for finding a committee, a host committee member. So each one of us will try and bring a host committee member but that person is not required to do anything. So if you can think of anyone who would be interested in being a host, they'll have their names on the invitation. It's very flexible. They can attend, they cannot attend. We're not going to assign them anything to do. It's really just the support of the commission. So,
Are we allowed to be a host or no?
Yes.
We are allowed to be a
Yes.
host.
yes.
All right.
Okay, so that is the invitations, the list which will go out, and then there is the actual, the organization of the event itself. So we'll need to do, okay, so Dave, you were going to help with the invitations last time to design them, and do you need any help with that, or is that something, we will obviously need to stuff envelopes and send them out and all that, so we can set a date to organize that and pitch in to do that.
Yeah, I do have it down on my schedule. I mean, to start thinking about it July 1st or something like that. And, and I don't know, I mean, I remember, I designed them and printed them last time as well, so I don't know what the $1,000 is for, but.
Okay, I guess that's in our budget if
We
we
have that in the
need it.
budget just in case you weren't able to design and print the invitations, and we'd have to do that outside.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that budget's there if it's needed.
that's kind of my contribution as a host.
Thank you, yes, that's wonderful. Okay, so
what
we'll leave
kind of-
that in there and see.
Sorry to interrupt. What kind of food did we have? Was it appetizers, or was it kind of sit-down, or?
Yeah, no, it was definitely appetizers.
Okay,
Yeah, it was
okay.
definitely, you could just get a plate and, yeah,
Okay.
finger food and appetizers. So like a cocktail reception.
It was catered by the Deciduous chef, so that we hired him to come in, and it was finger food, cocktail type food.
Okay.
Yeah, and Kathy Finger, who retired off the commission, as you guys know, also said she gave me the name of a caterer because I emailed her also. So I think, we have to hire a caterer. I'm happy to look into that. I wouldn't mind if someone else would also get involved with the catering with me, just because I know I have to be in Washington to move my daughter to college just a few days before. And I will totally be accessible, but it'd be nice just to have another person in case.
I could share that with you because, as a disclaimer, I'm going to be out of the country until the end of July. So I think between
We
the
can
two of
tag
us,
team.
yes, we'll tag
So
team.
Kristen and
Okay.
I will.
I can bring up the rear.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Takes a village. We'll get it done.
Right. Can work on the food. The speaker gift, was that, did that go to Wayne Salge last time? Just an item here for speaker
That's
gift.
good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had a host gift
Host.
that went to the Abrams, and then the speaker gift went to Wayne. So with no host, the city's hosting it, we can take that out of the budget or put that towards something else, along with valet. So since it'll be here at the city, if there's no need for a valet, then we can put that to another line item as well, or just absorb it back into the commission's budget, so less comes out of the art donation account.
Right, okay, that sounds great. I could save that $1,000, the host gift, the speaker gift, and we won't need a host gift. Yeah, maybe we can decide, I don't know what the speaker gift can be, but.
We can get maybe something for Mr. Mangold if he does actually end up speaking at the event.
Yeah, yeah. Are we allowed to give him like a nice bottle of wine or something like that? Is that allowed or no?
I think so.
I can't remember what we did last time.
I don't remember what we
Anyway,
did.
since we
Flowers or
don't have to
something,
give the
so.
host gift, we could also make the speaker gift a little nicer than $50 because we have a little room there, so.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely Mr. Mangold should get a gift, whether he speaks or not.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, so food and drink, I guess the caterer handles the drink as well, no? Or maybe Kathy used to do that. Kathy Finger was very involved in the last reception, so I don't remember exactly how it was organized.
We might need a bartender, correct, Laura, if we have a liquor license, or no?
I think if the caterer might have all that handled, depending on what kind of caterer they are. So we can certainly talk to them, and I can look into the regulations.
Okay, so then we'll look into, the food and the drink. And we'll definitely have, the caterer will have some staff to serve drinks. And the food and all that. So we'll just make sure that our food and drink budget is adequate for that, since once again, we don't have the valet cost. We can also have a little bit of room there.
The only other thing is an alternate date for the special event liquor license. We have to post the notice at City Hall, so if the date gets canceled for any reason and it needs to be moved to another date, we'd have to repost, so that would delay that. But if we put both dates in the original, then it won't be delayed. So if there's an alternate date that the commission would like to select at this time, then we'll include both dates in the posting.
That's a good question. I don't think we've really considered that.
Yeah.
So if I want to look at the calendar right now and see. Let's see. August 24th. No, it's 26th. It's a
26th,
Thursday.
it's Thursday. And then the next Thursday is right before Labor Day weekend. I don't know if that matters.
The second, which happens
Yeah.
to be my birthday. But if we must, normally I would not necessarily be around for that, but that's
The
okay.
built-in birthday party.
That's right.
What about the Tuesday before?
And we don't have to have an alternate date, it's only if you guys want to
Right.
for the liquor permit, then.
So Della, you're suggesting the 31st?
The 24th.
Oh, the 20, oh, before, I'm
Yeah.
out of town. I'm
Oh,
in Washington,
okay.
moving my daughter up
Got
to
it.
school. But how about the 31st?
Sure.
The following Tuesday? Or the 1st? Maybe just not the 2nd?
31st. Yeah, the 31st is good.
Okay, Laura, why don't we have the alternate date be the 31st of August?
Okay. And Kendall has to drop off for another Zoom meeting.
I'm sorry, Laura, I didn't hear that.
Kendall has a 10 o'clock meeting, so she's going to drop off.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yes.
I'll check with Bob about the 26th, and if not, then the 31st is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, and what's the time of day that we're doing this?
Gosh, it was evening last time.
It was evening.
What do you think? 6, 7 o'clock?
I think it just depends on how late you want to go. I think we did it a little earlier last time. I want to say it was around 5.
Oh, 5 to 7 or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say
Yeah,
one thing about the 31st, it's Kent's back-to-school night, so I don't know. A lot of parents are
Free
around here
appetizers.
at 6 o'clock, so I don't know if that's
You are honest.
going to get it. I just happen to have that on my calendar.
No, that's a good.
Kendall, I can email you with the final decision if you need to.
Yeah,
Thank you, yeah,
Kendall.
sorry, I have to hop off.
No worries, thank
Bye,
you so
guys.
much. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Kendall.
Thanks.
So then how about, I think we should maybe avoid that date. I mean, there are plenty of
Right.
parents who have to go to that. How about the 1st then?
Yeah, September 1st.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Thank you so much, Sarah. And those kind of dates are really, really important, so.
Yeah.
Got to know.
Okay, and I wanted to ask Jessica and Laura, do we have any kind of outdoor speakers, like if we want to have some music on the patio or inside here where we're having this event?
Well, oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Sarah.
First, let's get an answer before
Okay.
We do. We have an amplification system that we use for parks events, so I can see if that would be available.
If not, I have an amazing speaker for outdoor parks.
That can be transported, okay.
Yes.
Because I was thinking either, I just think it's not a party if it doesn't have music, right? So some nice jazz music coming over the PA. My husband's a real jazz expert, so he'd probably come up with a beautiful playlist, or actually get a quartet, and I'd be happy to donate that. So maybe,
That'd be amazing.
right, it's nice to have some music. So maybe I'll put that on my list to see how much it would cost to get live, and if it's too expensive, we can talk about it in the next meeting, then we can just go with, computer playlist, but it'll still be very nice, so
Yeah.
we'll see about that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, we definitely have the speakers indoors. That's what we're hearing now, but if it's outdoors, then we can try to use the park system that they use, or if Commissioner Anderson has one, we can use that as well.
Yes, so.
And typically, those kind of bands bring their own.
Oh, yes,
So,
no, if we
yeah.
hire someone,
They'll-
they'll
yeah.
probably come with their
Yeah.
own system, but if we don't,
Yeah.
yes. then we
It's
can-
just a Bose big carry
Portable
speaker.
yeah.
And I have two of those, and the stands so the music kind of comes
Yes,
in.
yes.
And you can just.
I'll get my husband to
Bluetooth
come,
to
he's all
your-
into the cone of sound,
Yes.
we'll make sure that we
You're
have the
familiar.
appropriate
Oh, yeah.
cone of sound with the speaker set up, so thank you so much, Sarah, and I'll look into that, and we'll revisit that next week.
And then I think if we could go back to the time of the event, because I believe this is your last meeting, regular in-person meeting to talk about those kinds of details before the information for the July crier is due.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what do we think?
6 or?
I know 5 seems a little early.
About 5:30 to 8:30. Does
Yeah.
that work? I don't know. If it's appetizers, I just wonder when you say 6, it hits that dinner.
I know.
Right.
And then people are either hungry or they can't, or they come too late, or I don't know. I just, 5:30
Yeah, I
maybe,
agree.
I don't know.
I think we used to do it a little earlier because it was appetizers, we weren't serving dinner, so.
Yeah, if you're not doing dinner, I think maybe
Right.
a little earlier.
So then just the 5 to 7, or
I like
5:30?
5:30.
5:30 to 7:30?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that. Exactly, so that everyone can get back from the millions of places they have to drive their kids.
Still be in bed by 8, which is my goal every day.
And still manage to come back and change and come to a reception? Okay,
Exactly,
perfect.
yep.
All righty. Okay, anything else for the special event? Wait till July, issue of the crier, invitations mailed, okay.
In the past, I think there have been some fun titles to the Art Commission events. And I don't think I've been a part of making those up. Dave, maybe you were the one that came up with those for the past couple, I'm not sure, but if it's something that we want to put in the crier article.
I think Kathy came up with the last one, so.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
yeah,
I
Art in
just
the Park.
followed your lead, yeah.
And what was it?
I think it was Art in the Park.
Art in
or
the Park, yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so just the name for the event, so to speak?
Just what to do we want to just say Art Commission fundraiser as sort of the header for the crier article? If so, that's fine. I just wanted to bring it up.
You can also stick with art in the park, and maybe that's just the sort of theme for, it's not necessarily in the park, it's near the park because it's over
Right.
there. but-
You can see the park.
You can see the park, exactly.
Yeah, we could stick with
I
it.
like that,
Yeah. I
mean,
because
if they
then
want
it's
to
kind
identify
of, people
it,
get to
yeah.
know what it is.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's better than changing it each year.
Yeah.
Yeah, art in the park, and then have a little byline, maybe explaining that it is a fundraiser.
Yeah, that's our annual
Yeah.
fundraising event, yeah,
Yeah.
I like art.
you know,
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I'll put something together and then send it to the co-chairs for approval.
perfect. Laura, can you just scroll down a little bit on the, what's on the screen? Here we go. So we covered all this, right? Do we want an alternate date? All right.
Keep it on?
I have
Okay.
a quick question about the invitations. Do you print out however many you have on that list, or do you print out some extra ones that go, that, maybe we could, like, I don't know, anyone on my street, but I could walk my street and hand deliver them, if we printed out extras beyond what the address list that we have.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, at that point,
Yeah.
an extra 50 or 100
Right,
or whatever
right.
is no big
Doesn't
deal.
add up to
Yeah.
that much, okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, great. Okay. If that's it on the event, on the annual event, we can move on. Oh,
So
yeah,
these
there's
are
all
these are the guidelines again. So to go back to that, depending on what guidelines we're under, we'll work through that, but we wanted to make sure that they were included in the packet, just in case.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we can revisit those. I will admit to not reading the entire,
It's a lot. It's a ton of information, and it will probably change 5 times by the time we get there. So just as a heads up that we might have some protocol that we have to work through.
right. Okay, thank you. Okay, Jessica, you want to do our financial update for us?
So included in every packet is the financial update that we have for the commission. It didn't really change. I can adjust it a little bit based on what we discussed today for the annual event. So I can make those changes unless there's any other changes. I'll include, it sounds like I'll include the cost for Mr. Culligan, just in case.
Yes, include the cost for Mr. Culligan, increase the, maybe combine or just increase the gift amount for Mr. Mangold, and maybe roll the valet budget into the food and drink
Okay, perfect.
budget for now, and then we'll see how we do with that.
Hold on, Laura's highlighting stuff. I'm trying to see what she's flagging.
So we do have, I'd forgotten about the video for the sculpture alone. We've done a video the last couple of art installations, and we do have that budgeted. If you
we
guys
did
would
for
be interested in doing that.
Yeah, so maybe, since we don't have Kendall with us, you want to roll that to next time? Because she was always very involved in the production of those videos, right?
We can put it as an agenda topic and
Yeah,
then
let's
get
do that.
Kendall's feedback on
And we
it.
can talk about it with her next time.
Okay. So then, other than that, I mean, we do have the expense in there, so if that's something that the commission wants to move forward with, we can.
We can do it.
And then if there's no questions about the financial update, to go back to the crier, what we'll be including in the crier. So we'll have the modifications on the watercolor exhibit in the July issue. We'll be running the annual event information in the July issue. And then we can also do background on our 2 new members if they would like to maybe put together a couple
little
sentence
blurb.
bio. I can send you some
And a
bios
photo?
that we've run before, so you have an idea of what's been included, and then have you maybe work on something.
Great.
Okay.
Yes, that would be great.
Okay.
One other item actually just occurred to me, I meant to mention it before with the annual event. If we're having it partially inside and then out on the patio, right?
It can be.
Is, since I do think we have so many new town members, and I don't know if everybody always looks at the crier or sees anything, if we wanted to do some kind of display about the art that we have in our collection. And also maybe, I don't know if this exists, but like sort of some kind of a poster board that says art on loan, and then it has a picture of the new piece with some blurb, and then maybe some other display about our current collection or something. I don't know what anyone thinks about that, but sometimes it's nice to have something to look at a reception. And because it's our main fundraising event, and maybe people might not be that familiar with the amazing art that we own, that could be something
I agree.
fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would anyone like to spearhead that effort?
What are you thinking, what are you envisioning?
Could we do,
Some
posters
easels,
on
maybe with just some, yeah, Laura, maybe, yeah, we have, obviously, we have images of all the pieces that we own because it's in the
Right.
art appraisal. And we could see whatever description of those pieces we got from the artists when we originally acquired them. I mean, people may not realize, that we have a Butterfield, like what that really is out there.
I don't think they know.
I don't think they really, I know when I mention it, when I'm ever at an art gallery in some other place, and I'm like, my town has this, everyone's like, what? What town would that be? So we really do have some lovely pieces of all kinds, so.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking of anything too elaborate, but just something like if you're walking around with a cocktail that you, oh, look at this,
So if it, like a blown-up photograph of the image, something like that on an easel?
like some easels.
Yeah,
with
sure,
just
I'm
a-
happy to do that. Do we have, do we have a budget for that?
Yeah, I wonder how much that,
I don't know how much that would, we can put some of
we
the
can,
valet budget towards
Yeah.
food and drink, and then the other half maybe split it, so 500 and 500. I don't know if 500 is too much. We also have a pamphlet that the Art Commission has as well that we can
Yeah.
update too,
Yeah, the
so.
map, is that the map? Kind of, yeah, that's what
The
I was
map, and
thinking.
then-
You could kind of use that as a template or something.
template, yeah. Okay,
That could be something we could be reused.
Exactly.
Each year, too.
Yeah.
yeah, and, we're missing Shenley and Amory, so I'm sure maybe we could, we'll get a few more people,
Yeah.
not just you, to work on this project when we can talk about it a little bit more next time, and then maybe Laura, yeah, you can dig up what we have.
Yes.
You guys can dig up what information we have, and we can just put, I'm not thinking of anything too elaborate, but just something to market
I know. I
our
think
wonderful
it's a
art
great
collection and,
Just to educate a little bit. I
Educate
think it
and
really,
support.
really help.
Yeah.
Because most people probably don't know what they're looking at and
Yeah,
how
yeah.
big of a feat that Butterfield was.
Just to have, a blown-up photo with graphics on the photograph saying what it is and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and then we can have like the one art on loan easel, just showing that this is our current piece. It's only with us for 2 years. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah.
And maybe, the mission,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
the Arts Commission.
Yep.
Since
Yeah, great
it's our
idea.
fundraiser. So, okay, so we'll. Okay. Do we have anything after the budget?
is anyone talking? I'm not hearing anything.
No, we were silent. We were
Sorry,
quiet.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, sorry, I was just checking.
Unless there are any updates, there's a co-chair update. So if there are no updates from the co-chairs, then we can make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Dave, anything further?
No? I don't
No,
think so.
neither do I.
Can I ask a quick question? How does the art on loan, how does that work? Like, who goes out and finds the art and,
Yeah, Kendall's been very helpful.
Yeah.
Our art consultant, in that regard. Because since it's on loan, there are pieces that exist, are
Yeah.
existing pieces. And she's helped us a lot identify pieces. And then, of course, the whole commission has considered all the pieces and
Yeah.
selected them.
Can we bring suggestions as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah.
Right? And then, it's just a question of fitting into our budget. We have found that using that art on loan program, so we sort of leverage the small budget we have to get much better pieces than if we were trying to acquire something.
Yeah.
And also, we don't have to commit to one particular artist or style. We can sort of have a, we can expose the town to a lot of different types of work.
And is there an insurance policy to guard against graffiti and that kind of thing?
Yeah, do we have insurance for the temporary, we must.
While they're part of the city's collection, yes, we include them on our policy. So
Yeah.
they are.
Have we had any graffiti issues?
No.
No, not
That
that
I know of,
aware of,
right? Because we had the big eye, yeah, no.
Okay.
Okay.
So far, so good on
Oh,
that.
gosh.
Yeah, that would
Sorry,
be very, very unfortunate.
Yeah.
So far, we have a good track record. But, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, oops, let me make the motion here. There being no further business, this meeting is adjourned. Okay, guys, sorry for the bit.
Good job, first one.
I'll get better as I get used to it.
Goodbye.
Sorry, that was Zoom. That was Zoom saying